today draw this museum, very cool interior. Так, sound is here, yeah. Long time not draw interiors, so can again to draw some. So you see here it's a 3-point kind of perspective, you know. So we have like vertical lines converging downwards. So let me, maybe I can draw here. Yeah, let's draw grid here. So sometimes you can do this practice, like I always talking about this, encouraging, like when you find some interesting reference, put them like to PureRef file, for example, like I do. I make screenshot or download image. So here you see this is our y-axis, vertical, right? So we can already see convergence. So from these two lines we can create whole perspective grid. Then let's see Z. So Z we will have vanishing point. About here. So these are Z. Z-axis and X. We'll use blue. Wait, little wobble. Let's take this. So just can start like from very obvious, right? So very obvious. These two lines for X. Then I can notice here. So, and as we know, Z vanishing point will be on a horizon line, which is also X axis. So this other color. Which color? Pink. It's already red. Okay, so it's kind of horizon line. Let's see, somewhere here. Horizon line. Okay. So just with these lines can kind of establish whole perspective grid. Let's see. Yeah, so it's kind of like little tilted. So I look for horizon line. And the vanishing point, like, let's say here is the vanishing point. So here we're y-axis. Because you see, like, this very kind of like serious nuance with practice and learning perspective. It's like whole point is about applying same principles in different cases, in different situations. Because like you draw like multi-figure composition, for example, and or you draw this like complex interior with the stairs, multi levels and stuff. It's totally different situations, and like your brain need to adjust for kind of all these elements. So or draw like vehicle in perspective, right? So it's not just about learning principles and then thinking like you understand perspective. No, you first of all you learn perspective better if you learn it like with already like clear goal what you want to draw in perspective, right? Not just like in general, but already you need to apply it for something. Okay, so here we have grid, and now we can put this like main shapes, so just kind of to have better idea how everything will be placed inside this grid. So for example, let's see. So what is kind of main shapes here? This like arcs. So we have this shape. is also kind of huge subject. It's this stage, because it's also require like analysis when you break down it's kind of your subject and you choose what you want to draw and how you will organize all these elements in the frame. So it's not about like mechanical kind of copying of every proportion. It's rather should be about like reconstruction when you make decision why you put it here and why it's this size or this size, right? So you re-establish a relationship of each element. So it's kind of like very subtle. It's kind of like from outside, when people like they cannot see what happened in your head, right? Like as artist, it might see like nothing happen, or like, or if I say this is like don't make big difference, but internally it's a huge difference. Like when you like thinking constructive and when you thinking just superficially, it's a huge difference. And this is a reason of different result. So when you look like different artists, you probably notice there is some artists who draw like very, very detailed and realistic artwork, but it feels dead. It feels like just kind of like a handmade photograph. And there are some artworks which might be like not super detailed, but they feels more realistic than super detailed artwork. Why? It's because of this kind of thought process. So it's like you can see if there is underlying structure, underlying like some ideas, artists put some construction beneath his drawing, or it's just superficial representation. So it's a huge difference. Так. So let's see here. So instead of like being too much focused on making proper proportions, you better be focused on about how you organize these elements. So for example, like here I have this stair going down and this stairs going up here. Then like what kind of shape they making together, how they like overlap. So I just want to make sure it's clear and like kind of it's readable very clearly. So I might like little adjust their shapes to make sure they look clearly in my drawing. And also then we have kind of main constructive element here is this like far side. Так, let's see. So and we have like ground, so here like fingers on the ground. Yes, I like how many layers here. That's so cool. right? So I need to show ground here, ground there, and there's this stairs here. Let me check what's this here. Okay. Then we have here section. This will be like next step. So first, you see just this like main groups, and I just want to make more clear example without jumping further, right? So here kind of this division not very clear. It's like kind of, I don't like how this far stairs is not kind of good overlapped. This more feels like a tangent. Hello Dorian. So I think maybe I will move it higher, so it's already will be like less kind of similar to photograph. It's like purposeful, deliberate change here. Так, let's say if stairs Так. Так, it's a bit more middle. So then here is interesting, we have like round ribs, it's like frames, they're round. This one, metal frames, but ceiling itself is like flat surfaces, like 1 and 2, like a bend here this way, like 2 corners we have. So let's say kind of like this, right? So we have actual ceiling, it's like this, but then we have this like metal arcs. So just like keep in mind. Hello, Virgil. You mean Cyberpunk 2077? Yeah, I played this Cyberpunk long time ago. Like, feels like it was forever ago. Так, okay, so I don't know. I hope it's clear here, not too messy. Так, so this kind of like how I search for composition. Similar if I draw outdoors, it looks similar, right? So it's kind of first perspective grid as scaffolding, and then making these shapes like align with the perspective grid, and it's very easy to do. It's not hard, you know. When you have perspective grid, you just align certain lines like to make parallel or in same direction as the axis. If they curve, then lines also will be curved as a certain axis in perspective grid. Так, here I did mistake. Так, so here actually. Yes. Так. This further. Okay. So then when have this, like go to grow complexity, like look for further details. So because like once you just for yourself you make it more clear, like where will be main elements, how they organized, then you can go and little clarify, right? So let's see, for example, like how many sections here on this wall is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1, kind of 6, including this with a stair. Так. Okay, so 6. So we can actually make Scott Robertson center, right? And then whoop. Here actually I don't need, so it will be 3 kind of eyeball in here. Okay. Yeah, so now I will do streams live twice a week. Every Tuesday and Friday. So here we have this and this. So here also interesting, you see we have like this angle, right? This line. It also kind of grid. It's like here and here. Now let me zoom in to show. Yeah, why not draw it? Okay. So this line, right? And this here, you see, it's important they're not parallel in picture, right? They're convergent, because no, here we have this. It's not isometry; it's more like dynamic, more like wide lens here. So these two lines, they're convergent. So basically, it's also kind of like its own perspective grid, and without being like too precise, you can create it very close. So you just need to indicate, kind of like, again with any perspective grid, just show like two extreme lines, like this one line and this second line, right? And then as any perspective grid, you can make transition and you will have this grid according to which you can draw all this. You see, same with stuff on this angle, same. You see, it's kind of so it's kind of like I say, perspective have many approaches and depend on your goal, kind of, right? Like here it's a life hack, it's a how to say, like kind of secret for you, right? Like how you can make shortcut, just find or establish this to curvature, because you see it's totally different angle on a 2D surface, right? Like on a surface of a paper, it's totally two different angle. But once you have them, now I just make grid and this give me like pretty close to accurate, to proper lines, you see. Because I was making this grid without looking for reference, it was just using perspective grid principles. Hello, Yukio Gaiden, thank you. Thank you for feedback. Yeah, of course, yeah, we'll do like streams on specific topics. It's I will like I plan like many streams for future. I plan many like tutorials. I just kind of like keep collecting some data for them, and when I will ready, I will make tutorial. So for example, there will be definitely some motorcycle tutorials, like how to draw motorcycle fairings in perspective, how to draw helmets in perspective, how to draw firearms, what else, military gear. Yeah, there's a lot. I have like a notepad. I write there all ideas. And I will go to Urban Sketch also sometimes. So a long time not Urban Sketch. It's kind of ridiculous. I need to go. I have a couple places. It will be very interesting to draw. So yeah, I will just take my phone, stream from phone outdoors. Okay, so here I have this, make like kind of grid. So you see, it's this nuances, you figure out them when you do all these experiments, all this practice with a different situation, because then like you see it's exactly this case when you're like, oh no way, like how should I do? It's like using Scott Robertson approach or some this like super technical approach and like draw all these million lines to figure out this, or actually it's this simple. Actually it's so much simple, you know. You just simulate, like you make it very accurate when in reality is not so accurate as it seems. It's a hack. So let's see. So here I have this angle, right? Let's kind of so here is my top of a ceiling. Then we have this line and this line, right? And same, like making like transition, kind of like this. So close enough so human eye cannot read there is some error. This is what we do, because there is like certain like level of precision which you need to follow, like a reasonable level of precision, because you have limitation with the hand drawing. You cannot be like precise as a machine, kind of, right? So same, you can think about like technique you use to create certain like kind of illusion of proper proportions, and it's illusion of a space kind of on the paper. So it's like it's a very like old school analog illusion, you know. It's like now we have this like so many crazy illusions, like illusion of reality in a computer game, right? It's like crazy level of illusion, not to compare to this. So it's like pretty kind of antique thing, right? And keep this in mind. Don't try to like engineer it to like you making draft for airplane or something. You just need to trick human animal primitive kind of perception, which is like very limited. So then we have, you see, and now we kind of get again this one more kind of problem, which you also you learn, you improve. It's like when you have more and more lines, you start to confuse, right? But only with the practice, you will keep tracking. It's like, where is my horizon line? Where is my x-axis? So I still can track them. All right. So here, let's see. We can make now this arcs. Let's see arcs. So here's like main arc. For this arc we have these 2 points. So here's x-axis. Let's see, here I need to cheat in a little bit. Let's see. I will little cheat in, and we'll see if it will be like if I can hide it, because sometimes like you make a mistake, but again you from beginning of every drawing, right, you already know. It's like, you begin and you say like, I know I will do mistakes. Only question is like how to make sure they're not destroy whole thing. So I need to properly manage these mistakes. Like it's like a very small part, but Scott Robertson in his book also mentions this. He say like when you make a wrong line, just leave it be and keep drawing other lines like like nothing wrong has happened, and then in the end the drawing nobody will notice this mistake because it's already will be so many lines. It will be hard to see just one tiny error, just like one missed line inside all this forest of lines. Так. So and then I need to make Yeah, so let's do this arcs here. And also you need to learn to be patient, kind of, right? Because so many times, like when you think your like impatience allow you to draw more or faster, in reality it's only throw you into like gaps and mistakes which you will spend more time to fix, right? So learn to slow down. It's kind of again like with fighters, right? Like you might think like, oh, if you want to win in a fight with the other guy, you need to be angrier than other guy, right? So it's like, who is more angry, he will win. He will be stronger because he has so much rage. Like, oh, I'm a berserker, I'm unstoppable, I'm so angry, you know. And it might be in the case if you're both unskilled and like don't know how to fight, or like you have like similar, yeah, you just both not smart, right? But when you're boxer, or where is like two like skilled martial artists, a guy who will be emotional will lost just 100%. So you should be like more cold-blooded, right? You need to calculating your moves. Same with the drawing. It's kind of like it's hard to phrase, right? Because yeah, we can see like this like patience, passion. We can see passion, energy in the drawings of different artists, but you know, this kind of like burst in energy. But this burst in energy, it's kind of like leaking inside your work. So it's not like your base process on this like compulsion kind of, right? No, you're doing work like more organized and calm, while like your energy will leak inside it. And you can see like everybody talking about this. And like, yeah, sometimes maybe you can like certain way you can also like make it work for you, right? Like you can be like, whoa, like draw like emotional and stuff, but it's a kind of like another skill is like how to make it work for you instead of like disturb your work process. So and like you can go like emotional and crazy as much as you already establish this control, right? Like we can see like boxers, like, you know, like Roy Jones when he was young, like in his prime, kind of so-called, right? Can like do all this like clowning on the ring, like joking, like dancing and stuff, just because he's just like, he already like so much skilled, so he can just play around with it. But when you don't have this yet, no, you need to learn how to be patient first. So this will be like necessary foundation for your like emotions and like to make it possible, you know, for you to be kind of theatrical or impulsive. Yeah, to be impulsive but in control. So it's some kind of like just important to see this, like what is first. First is control, and second will go your fluency and confidence. Так. Okay. And you know, it's like we can always see who, like when someone who draw don't understand this, you just can see their like quality in their work, like how everything is just like being like naive or like, yeah, some kind of like infantile and naive, because they're rejecting control. They see it some kind of like, oh, oppressive, oh my god, control, oh my god, so it's a bad word. Oh no. It's like it's a huge gap, you know, between like self-control and kind of fascism. It's like, say like, huh? I need to like clean my house? It's a fascism. Like, huh? I need to wash my dishes? It's like, you're Hitler telling me this. And it's like так. Attack is like, I don't know even say, it's like a filler. It's a Russian filler word or filler word. It don't have much sense. It's like this. In Russia, it's some kind of like вот так. So I just take one part from like this and use it as a filler. So just bad habit. I cannot stop doing this. It's funny. Так, so here I have like kind of weird mistake, and I will try to hide it. Так, let's see. Let's see if I can get away with this. Так. And it's talking this talk like already like 10 years. Like I was like, when I was teach in Hong Kong, like my children students, they always joking, because they think it's a duck. So like, hey teacher, why you always say duck? So it's just like when I carried away or something, I just like sit and look, tak. Oh man, so many details here. So it's very important when you draw some complex or interesting architecture, it's very important to have solid perspective underneath. And then based on this perspective, you can go and more break down like all other geometry. And there goes like another interesting game of like 2D geometry, right? So it's like you have paper, it's some kind of like an abstract composition, right? Like when you have, I don't know, something like this, and then you look like what kind of 2D geometry this exists in here. So, and maybe not only, maybe also 3D, but it goes like next level of complexity. I just think it's important to also enjoy this, learn how to learn how to enjoy working with this complexity. If you draw something like this, because like we will see if artists enjoy it, and if you treat it as interesting, like kind of like musical composition, right? So because look, like here we have, for example, this stairs. It creates this like tapering lines, so it's like a one part in the music composition. Then we have parallel lines, we have curved lines, like overlapping curves. Then we have again like sharp corners up, like being in the contrast with the curves is very beautiful and kind of fascinating to work with this stuff. Interplay of shapes and rhythms. So try to catch this vibe, you know, like teach yourself to enjoy. So every time, like when you introduced to some new subject, new type of work, and if it's important for you, right? So if it's important, so it means like you will doing it a lot. Then is absolutely necessary to figure out how to enjoy it. Yeah. Hello, James. Thank you. No, you know, like I think popularity on YouTube is not kind of automatic thing as it seems. You know, people like think like, oh, it's like you're just making cool stuff and you will be popular. Not think so. Not so easy. Everything is kind of it's require work, a lot of work. It's not happen by itself. Like you need to kind of work with the marketing, advertising, some all this, and there are a lot of stuff. And when it seems like some channels is just one dude making tutorials, in reality it's maybe like huge team there, or not huge, but at least somebody who like doing whole marketing work. So I just like for me marketing is just like killing me, you know. Every time I tried to understand this stuff, no, I just it's not my thing, kind of. It drives me out. I born, you know, like in post-Soviet. I don't have this like commercial genes. Like when I first time was like first time outside of Russia, I go to Shanghai, and I met a lot of American, European artists. I was like, oh my god, they all like entrepreneurs. You know, they all have like a business plan. They're doing networking. They're doing like marketing. They have like everything organized. I was like, what? Oh my god! It's like, how are they doing this? Like, and then I also realized, I think it's kind of also in Europe at least, they teach more how to like being promoted artists in the galleries than how to draw. They not actually teach like fundamentals. They more teach how to like write essay about your work, how to how to write like concepts, explanation of what are you doing and who are you, what kind of special view you have. This kind of stuff. So when they go to art gallery, right, they can speak same language with curators. When I go to art gallery, I'm kind of just like, you want art? Here you go. Take my art and sell. And they're like, what? Who are you, dude? And it's like, me? I'm just kind of drawing pictures. Like, okay, go out. Get out from our gallery, you psycho. Or psycho. I don't know what word here. You're weird. Go away. Так. Yeah, here another mistake I make. I need to hide it right now. Так. But then when they figure out you have rich friends, they want to sell your work. They're like, oh, why didn't you tell us your work so special? We want to make exhibition of your work because we need your friends' money. Yeah. So I do understand this stuff. Так. Так, вот, where's my sharpener? Oh, here. Так, let's do break.
Madness. This is
Jane Bond art.
Так. Virtue question about so many artists saying that quality is better than quantity better than quality. Так. When I try to do something complex, it seems like a waste of time. All this, okay, this kind of phrases, right? Like quality better or quantity better than quality or quality better than quantity. You can say both. I think both will be wrong and both will be correct. It's more about more important is to who you're talking with, because it's two general words. It's like say like good is better than bad. Yeah, I mean, you can agree, you cannot agree with this. Anyway, is don't make much sense for you, practically. you know. It's like, yeah, it's like says like water danger for your life. Yeah, I mean, you cannot say it's no danger, because you start to like argue with people. You say like, no way, the water it's no danger. Water it's important for your health. It's very essential. You yourself made it, like you're basically it's like Aquaman yourself. But then dude will have so many proofs of his point, like say, look, people like thinking in the water, right? There's like torture with the water. So many stuff, like water do so many bad things for people. You still can't see it. You still like being so naive and ignoring reality about danger of water. We can even say like water is Hitler, because also Hitler made from water. He's like 80% of Hitler is water. It's basically can say as like yeah, it explains everything. It's a water conspiracy against people. So it's like when you just Tolkien, like general words, it's can it can be like very sophisticated, but still don't inform you with anything. So like your personal individual case, kind of, right, is your individual case. So it's like when you ask someone like a opinion about your case, he need to know your situation. So he look your works, at least, right? He ask like what your goal is, like what do you want. So and then he can say like, okay, you want go there, this currently with your work quality, this where you are, and you want go there, right? And now he start to think like, okay, what you need, what is required for you personally. So this is more like individual. So it's like very important, like because all these general advices, they can be like flipped very easily. So you can say, is this way it makes sense, and also other way it makes sense. And also personally you can make them both work for you, because it's so much space for interpretation. Like, what do you mean by quality? What do you mean by quantity? Just make it work for you, and you will be happy, It's also is like, Occam principle, I guess. When people think if they make something sound like a smart, clever, it's became like more helpful or some kind of like punchy, but when in reality just like might be absolutely empty. So it's like this, why I say Occam principle, because it's all this Occam razor, right? Everybody keep repeating it, everybody talking about it, when for me it's bullshit. Occam razor is like, it's just like absolute unprovable idea. It's just somebody says like, oh yeah, it sounds cool, like let's just like cut the crap, right? Like all this complexity, like it means it's don't make sense. Everything must be simple. Really? Like, who says that? Like, whatever proves this point? I don't see it. It's absolutely like nonsense. All this like Occam razor. And same all this like catchy phrases, all this like clever, smart quotes. They're like so often. It's just like nice phrasing, but they're so broad you can interpret in any way, like upside down and all around, whatever you wish. And this is kind of like a reality, actual like blade or laser perspective or vision of world, like when you're really actually precise, right? It's when you try to be also precise with definitions and just like subject, like what is actually case. It's like, what does actually mean, you know? Just ask yourself, like, what the hell? What is actually talking about? And you realize this don't have much sense. So also it's like a saying about if you can formulate problem, it's already like 80% of solution. In like if you know how to phrase question, right? Like how to properly ask question. In equation will be already 80% of solution. So kind of point here in this case of this metaphor, kind of this phrase is like, point here is that whole thing is about precision, is sharpen your idea of things, because like you can use words, like we can all use same words, but I might put more context in my words than you, or like totally different context, right? And for you to understand my words, you need to understand context behind my words, because you might think like I mean exactly what you think, but is not. It's kind of, this is a gap, you know, between teachers and students, or like when you learn something, is that you need to get into details. I don't know, hope it helps. Like dig specifics is very important. Hello, Kelly. Hello. Hello, only draw. Tank. Okay, so here's this. Так. I don't understand what you're talking about. Only draw. It's like if you have question, you ask. So here's kind of this. It's like I have so many questions, and sometimes, like, again, it's like sometimes really hard to understand questions because people write some kind of weird phrasing, and you're like, I try to understand what you're asking about. And when I ask, like, can you explain more? Like, what do you want to ask? Kind of, right? They just not reply. Like, what should I think? You know? Not everybody can read your mind. So you need sometimes to think about, to make sure other people understand what you want. It's not kind of assume everybody will like immediately get what is your problem, kind of what you want to understand. Just like duck, McDuck. And it's like, I know what you're thinking about. No, I don't know. It's like, what? Can you like clarify, please? I mean, if you really want to know, if you really need solution, if like rephrasing your question, it's already like unbearable struggle for you, then you kind of in a trouble. Okay, so anyway, so it's kind of this. Wait. Because there, is also in some societies, let's say, certain generation of children, they've been like spoiled too much. It's insane, and like it's really a huge issue, in some communities. Let's see. Children just like treated so preciously. Like, let's say they have all their needs, everything they need, everything they want provided before they even ask for it. You know, everybody know what you want. Like, you have like mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, uncle, auntie, maybe some couple. Yeah, maybe you have like 2 grandmothers, 2 grandfathers. Like, all these people want to service you. So like giving you candies, giving you money, buying games for you, toys, cookies, candies, everything child might ever ask or need, but you not ever ask for anything. You just receive. And then such children grow up, like they're like 20s, 30s, and everybody gets like surprised, like why he cannot be like self-motivated, like why he don't have like a goal in his life, where is his interests, why he don't find a job, why he don't want to do anything, he just sit at home and eat or go play computer games, because it was his life all the time. He never asked for anything, and he doesn't learn to think about like what he needs. He doesn't learn to make other people give him what he needs, what he wants. He doesn't learn like to make certain actions to get something what he wants, because he never have such needs. Everything being provided, and such people, I don't know, they will like I guess they will like this whole their life, you know, when they think like everybody should read their mind, and you just like you give them signal, and they look so yeah, this is what you want, here you go, this for you, are you happy, are you, everything okay, I hope you don't have a trauma right now, you know, like make everything so, make sure you're like have like smoothest safest life as possible. Oh my god, this is serious kind of trouble. This horrible. So I just hope it's not such a case, but I can see sometimes it's in the real life. This is how it works. Yeah, I mean, it's like it's weird how life works, right? It's kind of like people, like you give people like best of a life, like they will live like basically it's like happiest life human might ever have, and you think they will all like grow up geniuses, smartest people, but in reality what we have, they all became junkies. They just like riding their skateboards, like using drugs, became hippie, and it's like running around like this, like let's make a communism, like free stuff for everyone, you know. Like what the hell? It's like this is a result of a perfect life, like kind of like when you have like basically like all opportunities, like you have so much possibilities, like it's unbearable how much you have, and what you take from it is just kind of became like freaking avatar who like running around and like using drugs and hugging trees. Yeah. So we kind of paradox is like it seems like life should be like balance with it should be hard and satisfying on a certain like a balance, because if everything is good, people just became like don't know, it's kind of stupid if they simplify it. And sometimes if it's too hard, people also became like kind of wild, you know, angry and uncivilized, right? So it should be some balance, some solid ground, so people might believe and trust society, institutions, but in the same time people should not be so relaxed. Like it's never like every time people should see like they should be accountable for their decisions, right? If we create like environment where people protected from consequences of their actions, it's always making bad results. So make like easy life for everyone, it's a big mistake. If somebody decide to destroy his life, that's it, go to hell, it's your decision. And nobody should like kind of running around you and say like, oh, we will take care of you, like here's your money for you, you don't want to work, we will give you some money, you know. Don't want to work, go to jungle, hunt, like eat insects and stuff, you know. And this will be like very humane, right? So it's actually kind of like a respect. So okay, like I respect your choice. You won't suffer from your wrongdoings. Okay. Okay, on the draw, like my also question for you, have you read my answer for your question? I was answer. I was writing answer. And I just like, I really little confused, because you ask me how to calculate height of ceiling in a video where I explain how to calculate height of ceiling. So here's literally video I talking about how to calculate ceiling height. Under this video you write a comment like, please make a video and explain how to calculate ceiling height. So, and I say like, watch this video under which you write a comment, because it's exactly in this video. So at least this how it seems for me, this is kind of what I see. You write me to answer a question which I make whole video about already, and there is not one video, there is like maybe about 3 video. There is one also video in the members, kind of for only members, where I also talk in this. So I don't like, did you watch this video or not? Or you just like open video, it's like, oh, it's so long, like let me demand answer. Like, I demand you make tutorial. Really confused. Так. Okay, anyway. So have people, yeah, something like this. Так, okay, let's make some 5-second break.
Who are you?
Bond. Jim Bond. Subscribe, Jim Bond Art. You now have 15 seconds to comply.
Okay, you hear a sound. Yeah, and anyways, like very interesting. You know, all this situation with online communication with the people. It's so surreal. I just sometimes, you know, when you think about it, all this, it's being like normalized. No, I mean, it's just like in the category of some very normal, simple thing. Like, yeah, here is a live stream and there is people talking in the chat, and you kind of like replying to people in the chat. But when you start to kind of like describe it, right? Just like describe details, kind of nuances of this in your mind, it's getting weirder and weirder. Because it's like I'm here in my house. It's only me and the computer, right? And like my cat's here walking around. I'm talking with my computer, and but in the same time, I need to keep in mind, like, there is certain audience, which in certain cases can be like a crowd. It can be like 100 people, right? So now imagine like in the real life, 100 people. So it's like a stage. It's like you are sitting in front of a stage, or no, on a stage in front of like huge audience, and then these people, they're like kind of in a mask, so it's like wide eyes shut, kind of, you know, everybody have a mask, so you don't know exactly who these people. So it's just like dark this like theater, like people like with them in the masks like appear, sit, like looking at you, and then quietly walk away. Sometimes they're like put up some sign with a comment, you know. So like, I have a question, but you know, without saying anything, it's just like moving up a sign, and you like, I see this gentleman in a mask of with this like abstract picture on his face, like he write questions, so I will answer, you know, and I keep sitting on a stage like this, like wearing my house sleepers, no. And what is normal about this is kind of, is nothing normal about this. Is so weird, yeah. And like and it's so much kind of interesting buffer between me, so it feels like it's simple direct communication, when in reality it's many buffer. So I trying to translate, and I think sometimes like I misinterpret what people asking and stuff, so it's important also nuance. At least it's kind of how work with my mind. I kind of probably such a person who always complicates things, you know. No, I mean, at least like I kind of building these structures and going into details every time. Hello, Dawn Smart. Thank you. Yeah, it's perspective very interesting, and in the real life I also draw similar places. I really love this stuff, you know, like in Taipei I have place. Yeah, I should go there and make like a live stream from there. It's kind of like a pedestrian walk from a metro, and same as like, you know, have this kind of stairs, and then you can see here is like a road moving, and there will be like buildings, and there may be like metro going, like rails going there. it's very interesting to work with a multi-layer composition. But if like comic book, yeah, in your comic book, I think like when you have like 30 pages of comic book, it will be just one page like this. So it's like very, like, how it's called, introduction or exposition frame, and you like want people to dive into space. So I will do at least one more Scott Robertson video. There is chapter talking about drawing cars, last one. Also, I have planned kind of make a video about drawing like rotations. Like I have already video drawing hand with a gun in different angles. Yeah. Anyway, I try to always make video which will give like really new and rare information, like new perspective to perspective. But you can do it so often, you know, like it can be like one in a month or a couple months. But I don't know, it's just like for algorithms, for YouTube format itself, it should be more video, it should be like a regular videos. So and so I do sometimes this kind of video like breakdowns, which is they're kind of repetitive. I already have like 100 maybe of such videos. No, but I hope it's also like help with something, like some kind of demonstration. So, and I need to find a way now how to organize all this video on my channel, because like became so many and people like cannot like see immediately where is very detailed and rare tutorial material and where is just like breakdown and conversation video. Let's see, like I had. Yeah, and maybe some people, they really need to see demonstrations, you know. It might be this kind of last piece in the puzzle. So, so this how it works. Yeah, so recently I had surgery on my nose. So that's why I didn't stream like 1 week. So так. So what happened here? Some weird. Just trying to remember name of a guy. Like how's this guy? It's like look like Leonid from Sparta. I think he's like a doctor or professor or something, talking about health, like supplements and stuff. What's his name? Like he was like on Joe Rogan at least a long time ago, I remember. Huberman, yeah. So kind of like a couple months ago I've been watching Huberman. He talking about no problem of mouse breathing, kind of breathing, mouth breath, right? So normally you need to breathe with your nose, right? Because if you breathe with your mouth, it's you basically, no, if like simplify and speak short, it's kind of you get an effect of kind of like a suffocation. I forget how exactly it works, but it's like you don't receive enough like elements, let's say. So also like snoring in the night, right, is a result of mouse breathing. So you breathe with your mouth in the night, so you start to snoring, and then snoring also it's became symptom. It might be symptom of other thing, or it's leading to this thing. It's called sleeping apnea. So it's when you during sleeping you stop breathing, right? So you just like for a short time you stop breathing, and it's just like wake up like this, or maybe not wake up, but you have this kind of effect when you was like stop breathing and then like and I again keep breathing with your mouth. So every time like in the night when you stop breathing like this, you kind of damage your brain actually. So, and I was like, what? You know, it's like it's like getting hit in the head. Not very good thing for your health. So you can imagine how much side effects it will have if you have like every night damage your brain. So it might be a dementia, so many stuff in result. Anyway, not a good thing. So, and I have this like kind of like snoring and like stuffy nose kind of, right? So I went to doctor, and after like making this scan and stuff, it's like turns out I have like this middle kind of bone in the middle, you know, in the skull. We have this like in the middle of the nose. This center wall sometimes is uneven, so mine is very uneven, and it turns out it's not even just uneven, it's like crazy, it's like zigzag. So doctors just like make surgeon like straighten it. So now I have like straight middle section in the nose, and now like kind of it's more open. So like I have no idea, but before it was like almost close. It was like so kind of like blocked almost entirely. So it was physically hard to breathe through nose. And now it's like it's more open. Oh, it's so crazy. Like I already can feel like kind of air going like straight to my brain, you know. Like, oh, so cool. And I still, it's just like first week will be later, will be more kind of heal. I still need to like 1 more week to heal. Oh, yeah. See you later, Virgil. Так. So it's kind of just sharing, you know. If you have like stuffy nose or like some issues with the nose, breathing through nose. This maybe better go to check. Yeah, Virgil, don't forget to make screenshots so you can break down. Yeah, no, like every time when I watch movie or play some game, I always make screenshot of interesting composition, interesting scene. Так. But now I don't play much. Just waiting GTA 6. There's so many books need to read. That's crazy. You know what I also share from my experience? You better realize as early as possible about how much book you need to read, because there's like about 100 of books, like very essential, and better you read them before 30, you know. Because like now reading like Aristotle and all this stuff, oh god, it needs time for it. And it's insane, it's like Aristotle really like a mind-blowing, because like first what blows your mind is just how much concentrated it is. It's just like it's crazy, you know. Dude just like keep, like his start is like a train of thought, right? Like a logical this like chain of like logic. Like he start from a first first word, and he keep kind of weaving it, like keep building non-stop. It's just like absolutely concentrated information without like zero water. It's just like like if we say this, then we say this, then we say this, then this thing come from this thing, then is that thing, then is that thing. It's like what the hell, you know. We're like now in this like information world, right, where it's like 99% of this information is just like water. It's just so it's like zero information, like zero. It's like inform you with nothing. It's just like kind of emotional noise. And then you read in Aristotle is so concentrated. It's like you realize how much your brain not trained for such such material, whereas like it's like zero BS, zero noise, just only logic and the structure, and he just like, oh my god, it's so cool. Yeah, hello Carlos. So books also like draw in perspective. I was deliberately, I was like training myself to enjoy perspective. At the beginning it's not fun. It feels like so dry, exhausting, you know, like it feels like even like a waste of time, you know. You just sit and making all these perspective drafts, and I was like kind of thinking like how can I make it interesting, how can I adjust it for myself so I will enjoy process. And just, you know, how it works is just at least have a request in your mind. Just keep, just hold this question until you will receive answer. And eventually it's always, there will be always answer. So just don't expect it's happen immediately, you know. Need some patience. It's like this movie like was popular. I don't know if you've seen this Secret, right? Talking about law of attraction. It's definitely work with problem solving. So when you have some issue, you have some question, just by like keep reminding yourself about this. So it doesn't mean you just keep thinking about it, which will probably might also work, but yeah, you keep trying, right? So you think about this, then you have some solution, you try it out, oh, it doesn't work, again you keep thinking about it, from time to time recall this question, and eventually always you find solution. Always. So for myself, I learned how to really enjoy perspective, how to enjoy drawing environments, architecture. And same with the books, like I was thinking like, I need to learn how to enjoy reading books. And it's easy, it's just you force yourself and then you get addicted, because when you find good book, it's like blow your mind and you realize like how much it's like nothing can substitute a book, it's absolutely unique thing. It's like you can have experience of reading book only when you read in book. And you can see, it's like talking also about derivative and original. You can see how much like movies, what else? Let's say movies, right? They say all derivative from books. Even if you can kind of argue with that. Here I lost a little bit. But I really say so. Because some books, they really like, some books they might be like very, very action driven, very dynamic. You read there, it's like wow, it's so intense. It's not only like inner kind of inner dialogue of a character. No, some books are really like very dynamic, and you in these books like you see they have already all kind of this cinematic techniques. They are already in the books. In all these like 100,000 years ago books, they all have these tropes, like how say, like this like montage cuts of scenes, camera angles, everything in the books. And then computer games, the derivative from the movies. It's again like GTA. It's a perfect example of it. GTA, Red Dead Redemption, they just basically make like, it's all like a collage of tropes from movies, and maybe from books too, but most obviously it's from movies. All like characters, tropes, and even like interiors, environments. They just adapt them, put inside the game. And it's kind of normal. Can say it's easier. But it's like maybe just my point here is like drawing from photographs or drawing from real life. It's important at least to have some experience of drawing from real life, just to have this idea of where is original source, because it's like nothing can be like nothing even close to a richness of a real like environment, like no, I mean environment, people. It's like it's insane. It absolutely is like limitless, endless. It will like no matter you can like I say draw like same view from window whole your life, and you will every day, every new drawing you will find something new. You will just like you will sharpen your vision, you will change your mind, change your perception. And with this practice, with this experience of kind of like being able to notice, right? Discern, like have like a different lenses, like so you have like same view, but then you can have so many lenses, kind of point of view, like how you perceive this view. And this is kind of artistic tools which make you like better or like more individual, more original. And anyway, like every art, it came from this source. And you kind of also realize like how it's kind of an insane paradox. It's like we filled with all this information, products, performances around, right, everywhere, and we're like, oh, this art is good, this art's no good, it's like different level and stuff. All this like is absolutely no comparison to real world material. It's like this material, it's absolutely mind-blowing. It's no comparison. It's like every product, every works, even like if they're genius, they're just a reflection of it, right? So and again, you see, this is why it's essential, and this is what is value of it, why you need to get to this core, at least experience it once in your life, you know, to be able to see this, to be able to recognize this value of so-called like daily life or just average world, you know, when it's like, oh, here's nothing to look. No, like when you break this like veil of profanity, this, you know, this like mundane, average, normie kind of, and like you know, all this talk about like get out from matrix or being like enlightenment, right? Yeah, but it's just people. Important nuance here is from which standpoint you're talking about this. So for us as artists, our matrix, it's a matrix of boring people. This is your matrix. As you believe you live in a boring world, in an average world, you think it's like a daily boring world around you. This is your matrix for artists. You know, not like kind of like you need to make a tattoo all over yourself and like being like freaking crazy guy, No, you need to break out of idea that here is like even a possibility of something boring in the world. So when you realize it's nothing boring here, like in the real world, it's only mind-blowing. It's only like a mystery, miracle. It's impossible, unbelievable, incredible. It's like most like purest and concentrated source of material. When you realize this is your ground, then you break out from matrix, you know, because all this like techniques, books, whatever you trying to find some like kind of like how to be special guy or special artist, all this it's kind of like a jewelry for pigs, you know. Real treasure, real core, real answer, it's this. It's learn how to work with the world around you, like to kind of see through this primitive illusion, like of a like primitive idea is like, oh, you know, there is nothing to see. If you want to see something special, you need to go to concert, you need to go to gallery, you need to go to some special place, or you need to listen to some special people. No, you don't need anything, like nothing better than just like look around and being like carried away. It's just like, what the hell is that? It's just like, it's crazy, it's fantastic. So that's why, like, you know, specific is important. So get out of matrix as artist, not in a general way. There is nothing general in this world. And to get out from matrix as artist is to go out to draw. Так. Because this is like, it's like this childish, infantile. So your matrix, it's this undeveloped mind, infantilism of a child who's like lying on the back, and you want some like adults like play with color toys, like it's like, oh, so funny, so interesting. No, you need to stand up, walk around, and make your own toys, you know. Not be like on this consumerism cycle when people selling you all this substitutes. And they like, and this like empty it's like they have nothing inside, just empty substitutes. Take all your life, because you work to pay for them, to receive illusion of like fulfillment, when like real fulfillment you can only like find inside yourself and the world around you, right? It's like it's your own mind and your own naked reality, kind of. It's just what is your life around you. This where you can find fulfillment. Again, I'm talking like for artists, right? For not artists, it's like another specific. They might like have no idea what I'm talking about. Absolutely. So it's like, what are you talking about? What all this? Oh, the artists or creators. Because if you're like a farmer, I don't know, right? For you will be like exit from Matrix is to kind of care of your farm, all this real world you operating with daily is your meditation, is your connection to universe. It don't need to be anything like shiny and in some kind of like neon packaging. I also can say something like this concept of being a child, kind of. It means in kind of in a way that like when you in a childhood, like you absolutely forget what your perception was when you was a child. I have like little glimpse to it, and also is like kind of so far away. But I remember like when about like 12-year-old, I have like flashback to my 5-year-old childhood. And you know, it was just like some smell like make me like teleport to my like 5-year-old age. And I was just like, it's like I forget how intense this experience was. It's just like children perception, it's so incredibly like rich. It's insanely rich. It's like, you know, you're like a floating in a super thick flow of information, and all this like audio, visual, smells, everything, and you kind of feel all this how we've been living as a child. Now we don't remember it. Like right now we're all being like so much like isolated, like kind of like in a scaphandar, you know, like we're like wearing something to block our perception. So, and I guess this is what how I read this idea about being like a return to this childish state. It's kind of relearn how to be again so much connected with the world around you. So everything like filled like a fountain with a meaning. Nothing feels like meaningless and empty in in your actual world around you. You feel kind of substance of it. This what is a kind of childish state. Yeah, and also when I was work like teacher with children, like you can see in this like 3-year-old, sometimes you think they're being like little like, let's say, like slow, and they're kind of not really not very confident kind of in like with the world, right? But there is certain aspect to it that there is just being like constantly like bombarded with information. They just like overwhelmed, and they're like kind of like, wow, like look here, look there. So you are showing something, like explaining something, right? Like say like, look, here is a color palette, and he's like looking in the color palette is like, wow, it's just like exploding with new information to him, and he's like perceiving and like organizing all this like so many material to compartmentalize kind of, you know. And this kind of huge difference with grown-up people. People just okay, they learn how to compartmentalize everything, and the world became this just like a catalog of like everything and their places. That's it. You just look here, look there, say like, okay, everything where it should be. That's it. Nothing new, right? So you, instead of looking around and see what actually happened, you just looking to your representation, to your model you just been like kind of like a lock inside your simple model of a world, which kind of like objective for certain like it's like it's objective enough to make you carry through days, you know. That's it. It's make you able to survive, to do stuff, communicate with people. But this is so much like limited, and it's a kind of like simple copy of real world. You just like isolate yourself. And again, having this like child mind, it's mean again, try to look past, like outside of your simple world. So kind of look what actually happened around. And yeah, if maybe it's like not exactly clear what I'm talking about, right? But again, like a good illustration how you can see it from outside. Remember, like if you have children or I don't know, niece, like your relative kids, and remember when they're gets like I don't know, like 14-year-old, about this age, I guess, like teenage, right? What they have, like say from a stage when they're being like totally like, or like introduced to all this information as like, wow, I just figuring out like what happening around, right? And now at 14, they kind of finally, they have this like left hemisphere finished development, and they finally put all this together. So it's like first time about this age, like first time in your life, you finally have like full model. Everything is connected, everything now is established like in one solid model, and you can say like, okay, this is world, this what is happening around. I get it. I understand now, right? And in kind of teenagers, they're so kind of fall in love in this idea of having like clear, complete picture. So they're like bragging with this. They're like, hey, like I'm adult now. I know everything. I understand what is what, how things connected, why people do these things, why this happen. I have clear, complete model in my head now, right? And you look at this teenager and you say like, yeah, okay. Like, you have no idea like how, you like this your model is just like so like tiny kind of, and like it's like so small and not match to complexity of actually what happened in the world. Because now with your like 20, 30, 40 year experience, you can see this, like how much his model is simple in your model with all this like extra complexity, like all this realization of all these paradoxes, intrigues, like layers and levels, right? And in reality, like no matter what complexity your model you have, it's still same type of model. It's still same type of thing like a teenager have. It's this kind of self-indulgent kind of, yeah, it's like illusion you want for yourself, just to feel confident and in control, to feel like adult, grown up, like to feel like if you're like 30, you feel like you're like smarter than 30. You're like, you have a wisdom of a 100-year-old man. If you're like 40, it's like, oh, now you have like a wisdom of 1,000-year-old man. And when you're like 85, it's like you have all wisdom of humankind. It's the same kind of teenager simplification, you know. Absolutely same stuff. So they think I'm a children. No, I'm already grown up, like everybody, like all this, my 30-year-old parents. I know life. And this is Matrix. It's not like some dudes like reptiles or whatever, like kind of, oh, they manipulating me. Like, no, you manipulating yourself. And it's like how cheaters or liars work. It was so funny, like I realized one day, like how lie works, how liars work, like how liars can trick people. You think it's some kind of like a special techniques, or they're like clever, or even like genius or whatever, right? No, it's all nonsense. In reality, only way how it works, only way how cheaters, manipulators, and liars can trick you, it's they recognize how you trick yourself, and they reinforce your own lie. They say, okay, see, this guy want to believe he is smart. Okay, I will prove to himself that he is smart, and he will be happy, you know. And this is how it always works. Like, you want to be special, that's it. They will do something to prove you're special, and you will be so happy, because this is world give you feedback. They tell you like, yes, I'm really special. And after you will say like, oh, these guys, they create matrix. No, you create this matrix. You create this like simple world in your head, and you fighting for it. You like angry when people like you telling you about this. It's like, no way, no, listen, I'm not this kind of person. Так. kind of this. Can make like a story about this. So you see here this, for example, like a shapes, like we have this arcs, and we have this like corners, and then also same like stairs have corners with a contrast of perpendicular lines. So if this corner like more like short lines, then we have long lines, and then we have even longer lines going opposite direction. So it's kind of all these rhythms interplay. And it's really, really important, like as more you can consciously read, more kind of interesting it will be, and more something extra will sneak in. So it's like idea of control in your work is not about make everything calculated, but how I treat it is more about create like higher ground for something new to appear. So when you more and more consciously control, then on a new level something unconscious, something like without your control will appear, and this will be just on some new like higher level than you can control, than you like not aware of, right? So, and this how it works like in a genius artist works. It's like when you being like a very smart and professional, then appear genius. Genius is not you, it's something beyond you. It's just like something which like sneak in through you and appear in your work, and you like yourself like watching it. So like I'm like, I don't know how it happened, but it's cool. And the genius level can only happen when you are being already on a very high level. It requires this like level of work which is above average, right? So level of concentration, discipline, or like kind of dedication, perception. So you already should be above average, and then magic will happen. This is how it works, and you will see miracle. So I, at least this is how I see it in my worldview. So don't pursue like perfect work when you're really trying to like everything organize, like calculate every line, calculate. No, you in reality you like purifying your work, you crystallizing your work to make it more like approach, elevate to higher levels. This kind of your like a purpose of purifying your skills. Because you cannot kind of really like calculate this like genius level work. You can only like get there and watch how it happens. Let's see here. Think. Yes. There's some. I also have advertisement. It's my favorite slope. Hello, Kuka Anna Matshabi. Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of Photoshop. It's like Photoshop 0 0 version. Так. Ancient Photoshop. So also looking now, still it's kind of exercise, right? Is not like I'm doing really like artwork or something. It's more like exercise. So I experimenting, but what I'm looking now, it's also which level of detailization should I do. Like, don't put too much in details. So it's like here have a bricks. I don't want to draw bricks here because it will be like too much details. Same here, like instead of bricks I just draw a couple lines. So usually kind of on this stage, to make like a final level of detailization, I will take a break and look at with a fresh eye to make sure I don't put like too much stuff, or just don't clutter it. It should be distribution of details, right? And I still kind of learning how to do less details, because it's easy just to like draw until there is no space for lines, just keep filling details in, right? But it's not the smartest way. Dun, 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 when I plan to release my book, motorcycle book, right? No, I don't have like exact date, but I wish, I plan this year. So in like a month or two, I will print first version. Just I don't know, like just so I finish like every major chapters. Like there is only like 4 more pages to finish, and I will print it. So I will look how it kind of like how it looks in the printed form, and I will do kind of 20 or 50 more pages with like step-by-step demonstrations, because like make step-by-step demonstrations, it's the easiest part. Hardest like meat of a book, it was for me to like organize all this information about like different type of motorcycles, different like elements of motorcycles, like all this anatomy and stuff, because it's crazy, it's so complicated. I mean, especially it's complicated because there is no such nobody did this before. Like right now, if you look for like motorcycle drawing books or tutorials, they don't have such kind of depth, like explaining you like engines and all these like superchargers, suspension, frames. Because if you want to see this information, you need to go to technical books, and these technical books, you know, is like poof, like huge gap between artist and the mechanics, because like you need this, you need to kind of have physical motorcycle to read mechanic books, you know. Like it's hard to read, like I don't have Harley Davidson or Goldwing, so and I'm not mechanic, I don't have so much experience with motorcycles. So I was like digging so many like mechanic technical books with all this information, like extracting specifics, and then you need to spend so much information to reorganize, like find how to kind of take like most important, most essential things, how to make it simple for artists. So it's like to show how to draw it, to show like main types so you can better read it. It's like crazy work just with this. But I love how much, you know, it's amazing. I really like change my brain so much working with this book. It's like develop my, I get to another level of working with information. Just like being like more structural. It's crazy. Hello, Coco Ako. Thank you. All right. So in about 2 months I will show printed book on a video. And this year, yeah, I want to finally publish it. But I will see. I want also to take this first print book and go like check publishers if I can find someone to print, like to publish it as a like classical way through publishing house. If it will be too difficult, I will just publish it on Amazon, because yeah, I will see. I don't want to kind of spend like a year of all this meetings and stuff. I already need to make it done. Here's kind of weird. Because I had already like first draft about a year ago, and I was showed to some publishers, like if they, to find like if they want to print it, give me some honorar so I can make so it will be like actual job. But they say I need to have like more presence, like more following, more guarantee somebody will buy this book, because like it's super specific book. Like this publishers who I show, they say problem is like this book is too specific. They're not sure somebody will buy a book about motorcycles, and also because I don't have like huge audience. If I'm like Kim Jong-gi, it's easier to find publisher, of course. My advice for a learning perspective as well, it's doing this practice of breakdown perspective. So you find pictures or artworks you like, and you need to find like perspective grid inside these artworks, and you need to redraw it. But redraw not just like copying it, so you will happy like how similar is this look, right? No, you need to redraw it like rebuilding it, like from ground, from foundation. And foundation, it's perspective grid. It's like first layer, then it's kind of composition. So you're looking like where is main elements, and then you put like details on this structure, like composition with a grid. So then you can put more and more details, kind of iterative approach, right? So it's like, let's say, perspective grid, it's a ground. Then like first sketch, composition sketch is like foundation. This composition sketch is a line on the ground, is connected to perspective grid, and then you keep kind of building details. It can be like, and more you go, it's like more sophisticated it can be, So it's important to practice this iterative iterations, like step-by-step approach. Так. Okay, let's can erase finally this stuff. So here two type of eraser. Second type is this. Okay, on some future videos I will do also coloring, like some shading coloring. Let's see some stuff from previous. It's my color studies. Some different stuff. And also this kind of fun exercise when you just like pulling out random faces from your subconsciousness. Like this. Okay, so I think for today that's it. See you in Tuesday. So again, it's like now I will stream regularly same time, Tuesday and Friday. Yeah, it's your Friday. Tuesday, Friday, the 8 a.m. Yeah, because time difference in Taiwan is like different time. Or 8 p.m. Anyway, so I already schedule live for next Tuesday. You can see it. Так.
Madness. This is
Jane Bond art.
Here's some video.
In class, it's not so bad. But when school's out and the others go off to enjoy themselves, well, if you're what they call a shy guy, that's when you really feel it. The loneliness of being new in town. You don't know how to make people like you, and you find yourself holding a grudge against them. You're standing on the outside looking in. You might have something to contribute to their conversation, but nobody cares whether you do or not. There's a barrier, and you don't know how to begin breaking it down. You imagine they keep watching the way you look, the way you act. They think you're different. So you head for home. What else? But still, you can't forget that you're alone, an outsider.
Hello, Phil. How's everything?
Oh, okay, I guess, Dad.
Your record transmitter and microphone coming.
Oh, all right, I guess. I know it isn't either. I can't figure out where to connect in the oscillator. I know I have to connect it into the amplifier, but where? It just doesn't fit in.
Why not a store and get more information? And by the way, how are things going in school?
Oh, okay, Dad. But school here isn't like it was back in Morristown.
Well, you know, son, maybe school is like your radio. This oscillator will do its work well. But as you said, you still have to fit it in so it can work with all the other parts.
I know what you're driving at, Dad, but I don't think I ever will fit in, not here. I'm different from the guys in this town.
Well, as far as that goes, Phil, everybody's different. That's what makes people interesting.
Maybe.
You know, when we moved here this summer, I had quite a time making friends in a new office where everybody else knew each other.
What'd you do, Dad?
Well, that's beside the point, son. What works for one doesn't necessarily work for another.
But I bet the other men didn't look at your clothes all the time.
Well, what makes you think they look at your clothes?
Oh, because the other fellas wear sweaters or just shirts, not a regular suit like mine.
Well, wear a sweater then. But clothes alone won't... Phil, what about the other fellows? What do they do? What do they like?
Gosh, Dad, I don't know. I never noticed. Only I know it's not radios.
Perhaps that's the reason you don't know. You don't notice what the others are interested in. Why not try to find out?
How, Dad?
Well, you might try watching, listening. Pick out the most popular boys and girls in school and keep an eye on them. Try to figure out why people like them. Not that you'll ever be just like any of them. but you might learn something. Well, see you at dinner.
Now, there's an idea. Maybe a good idea. Worth a try, anyway. And tomorrow's not too soon to start. Pick out the most popular boys and girls in school and keep an eye on them. Who are they now? Some of them are right here in this class. Andy McIntyre, for instance. People like him, all right. Chick Gallagher rates high in popularity, too. There's Jane Davenport. She's popular with boys and girls. And Jack Gilbert. What's he got that makes people like him so much? Andy's got something to say, and Jack's listening. He really seems interested. Come to think of it, Jack's always interested in what people are talking about. Maybe that's why he hits it off so well with everybody. Anyhow, Andy thinks he's a great guy. No, that's too easy, just listening. But what's this? Sounds like Jane's caught on to the same thing. She's listening. Hearing about Helen's collection of menus and liking it. That makes her kingpin with Helen. Maybe there is something in this business of being a good listener. But still, there must be more to getting along with people than just wearing a sweater and listening.
What's the matter, Bob? Handle stuck?
Yeah, I can't get it open.
Oh, here, let me try. It's a trick to some of these. There.
Gee, thanks a lot, Chick. Now, why didn't you think of that? Chick's always doing things for people. And it pays off in friends.
Boy, that sure is one tough history assignment we have for Friday. Wish I could find some good outside reading material.
I found a swell book that covers everything Miss Carson wants us to know. It's called The Last Days of Monarchism by Henry Darrow. You can get it at the library.
I'm sure glad you told me about it. I'll get it this afternoon. Thanks a lot, Bob.
It's okay, Chick.
You dope. You knew about that book. You could have been the guy that helped a guy. There it is again. Even when you bump into people, they hardly know you're alive. You're alone, Bud. Alone in the crowd. But keep looking around. Try to find out what the score is. Look at Jack and Beezy over there. Girls seem to like them. Why? What's the angle? They do act kind of polite. At least they seat the girls and give their orders to the waiter. They aren't loud like some of the guys.
Cherry Coke, chocolate Coke, milkshake, and malted. Double chocolate malted. Okay, I got it. Whoa, geez.
Excuse me, please. I've got the orders from my table. Just helping out during rush hour, Bob.
Gee, thanks a lot, Chick. That's swelling.
Okay, Bob. Hey, girls.
There's Chick being helpful again.
I can't quite decide. I like to wear that blue and white striped dress with Jane. I love the way it stays.
Hey, don't tell me you two are still talking clothes. Was this a plot to squelch all males present? Over, Phil, sit down. Make yourself at home.
Oh, Chick, how are you?
Pretty good. Come on, sit down.
Hello, everybody. Okay.
We men need some support to run down this girlie's chatter. Hey, you want them all, don't you? Yo, Bob. The topic under discussion is the mixer next Friday night at school. You're going, aren't you?
I don't know, Chick. I haven't got a date yet.
Well, grab yourself a girl and come along. It's not going to be a real party. Just the class getting together for some fun.
I'd like to, Chick. Yeah, I sure would. Yeah, sure would be something to take Mary Lou to the mixer. Wonder if she already has a date.
Well, how's the oscillator coming along?
Hi, Dad. Oh, I haven't quite got it working yet. But, you know that other business we were talking about? Well, I've been following your advice.
How about it? Find out anything?
Yeah, Dad, I think I did. It looks like people who get along best with other people are, well, the people who think about the other guy. They make a point of listening to what others have to say and watching for ways to do things for them, being polite toward them. Do you suppose it's sort of a case of thinking so much about other people that you don't have much time to yourself?
Well, perhaps that's right. Maybe the best way to find out is to try it the next chance you get.
You know, Dad, there's a mixer Friday night. I wasn't going to go, but in the drugstore the other day, Chick said I ought to come.
Good idea, Phil.
Well, Dad, there is a girl I'd like to take, Mary Lou Wright. But I'm not sure she'd go with me. Never even talked to her. I'd probably fall all over myself. Besides, she's popular. She's probably got a date by now.
Well, it is pretty late to ask a girl. Why don't you just go stag? You needn't worry about doing anything wrong, Phil. You act all right. Just do and say whatever seems most natural.
Well, Dad, maybe it will be easier after I've had a chance to talk to her at the mixer. You know what? I kind of think this is going to fit in after all. Well, this is it. Sink or swim. Oh, there's Mary Lou. She did come with another guy. Beezy Barnes. What now? They're breaking up the piano game. Look at Beezy, listening first to one boy, then another. It's funny the way people flock around a good listener. But what's this? They're talking about radios. It's right down your alley. They're asking Beezy about penny stock. You know the answer to that one. You could tell him. But she just to butt in. Beezy's still stuck. He really needs help. Help? That's it.
An offer of help. That's welcome anywhere. It's not hard to fit yourself into a conversation. A mention of a similar problem in connection with the record player. They're interested in that record player. They are interested in that shy guy. They know he's alive now. And, strangely enough, he's just discovered that they're alive. Of course they'd like to see the record player. Of course they'll come over. Tomorrow afternoon.
I just have to do a little more soldering and connect the oscillator into the amplifier and everything will fit in.
Oh, Phil, could you have it ready by next week and bring it over to my house?
I guess so.
Some of the gang's coming over Thursday night, and we could have a lot of fun with it. You will come, won't you?
Well, one shy guy is on his way. Not that his worries are over. He'll still have his moments of doubt, of hesitation, of fear that he might do something wrong. But he can face these problems now because he knows that he's not really different. And while he's discovered only a few of many ways to overcome shyness, He's discovered that it can be done. And that's the main thing, isn't it?